Hey guys, Cheyanne here. Last time we read the book of chapter the origin story. So basically, what the rundown is, King Quince was killed, and Leto is now the old king, and now Mangano, Carbu's father, is now the king and now of Aurora, and now he's married, and he had Carbu and her brothers, and now King Quince the second is now king because he killed his father due to he was jealous of his brothers of being king, and they were making fun of him for it. So the youngest brother decided to kill them all so he could be king. So yeah, that's that. And now King Quince the first is haunting him in his memory. Arroyan, March 23rd, 1251, 10:30 p.m. Earth, March 23rd, 2020, 2 a.m. Chapter 4, The Creation of Darkness and the Attack. Father? Quince said, curiously, that didn't realize his father's eyes were red. My son, you have my soul into the darkness to control the planets. I'm about to tell you, his father said. Quince sat up in the evil snare. Go on, he said eagerly. I want you to control Earth, and Betopia. I want you to attack other planets, he said. Then, Quince got up and went to the lab. He made a fake soul that was pure black. The aura came out of it, and then he said in his language, Levo Kasefas EV. Seals of the ghost and soul of the darkness combine. Then, his father turned into the darkness. Meanwhile, I was getting ready for the marriage for my first time. Well, let's just say I got betrothed by a Lino prince because my planet had to pay off his debts for a seed of send supplies to their soldiers in Aurora. Anyway, I put my mother's wedding dress on with a golden band on my arm and a skinny arm. My brothers knocked at the door. Leto the second and Leon came in. This prince better be good to you, treat you like a queen, Leto the second demanded. Don't worry, I laughed. Well, besides, he's a Lino. Those people are always a gentleman with their wives. Then my father came in and smiled. Carbu, your mother will be so proud, he said, kissing me on the forehead, then hugged me. Now, the final touch, he said, holding the two things my mom had. He found my mom's church necklace. He put it around my neck, and Emerald was laying gently on the golden chess piece, and said, Ready? I nodded. We walked out the door. Everyone stood up. The groom, Prince Ali de Vinci Lino, standing with his helmet on, golden lace throughout his back, and the loyal Roman suit on. Right behind him was a maroon cape. His blonde hair was brushed back and put in a ponytail, colonial style. As finally made it to him, he put out his hands. Right before I grabbed his hands. There was an explosion. It blew me and Ollie back. A brick hit Ollie in the back of the head. Blood was coming out of his head. I landed right beside him in the aisle, next to him, Ali's body. No, Ali! I cried out, crawling to him. No, I cried out. Then my father ran towards me. Carbu, you all right? He said. Yes, father, but Ali, I said. He's dead. There's no use for him now, he said. Brother! A scream cried out from the aisle. I looked over. It was Ollie's twin brother, Lucas, with rage in his eyes. His smooth black hair was now sweaty, messy. His golden-plated armor, with a green cape torn up from the explosion. He ran to his brother's dead body. Lucas, it's not like it's... I don't talk, he said. He yelled. Hey, it wasn't my fault, I cried out. Now it's not time. Palace, now! My father yelled. Then my brothers and I ran to the palace, blasting, hitting the ground, kicking the dirt and ships. Ships began to pour in the end. Also ran to the other palace doors, trying to lead us while the people were running frantically, running into fear, running away from the blasts. Then we were inside. The palace, the two ships were releasing out gas in the dark night. You know what it was? The darkness. It was capturing people. Attacking two priests. Some of the merchants were starting to corrupt them. We watched in horror as our people were being captured being controlled by darkness. 2 guards came to the throne room. Sorry, this is not good, one of the guards said. Get my space pod ready. My children are leaving. Until this war is over, he said. The guard nodded and ran off. Father, I would like to stay. Help Prince Alson. Uncle Alson with a menace. Leto said. My father nodded. Now, go, my son. Be safe. My guard looked back and said, Sir, it's ready, he said. Well done, then, my father answered. He gave him a salute, then grabbed us and went to the space pod and lifted off into the space. I watched my people being hurt, being controlled. Tears rolled down my face. My Royan clothing was beside me, and I put them on me. My little brother came up and hugged me. This is the dream I had a couple days ago, Leon said. I know I had to wake you up, Mumber, I said, looking at him. We both had tears coming out of our eyes. Carbu, Leon, we're going to Earth, my father said, in the pilot seat. Why? I asked. Just look, he said. I looked out the window, and I saw darkness shooting off into space. Let's follow it, he said. Then put the coordinates in the computer, and he went off to chase the darkness. Okay. Earth year. 12/19/2039, 1:05 a.m. 12/19/1289, 12 a.m. Haley's origin. Haley's diary. Chapter 5. Haley's father and her origin. My name is Haley, and this is the time I'm writing a little squad log, for everyone to know who we are. I'm about to tell you my family came to be. But first, let's talk about my dad. Well, as you know, it's Carbu said in the first story. Some Orions came to Earth and traveled to get new life around the other galaxies. My father's original name was Paulusius Benedict Aurora, but they say the school was a beautiful woman named Renee Aisley York. But when he arrived, he changed his name to Paul Benedict Hoxkin. My father finally married my mother and had my older sister. She was about 3 when they had me. I was born on December 9, 2010. Well, I had myself growing up, not knowing what I used to be a Royan. Even my sister didn't even know. Either that, but that's not the point. But anyway, I was in school when I was the smartest kid in school, but I was popular also. The time when I didn't know Carver's planet was being overrun by the darkness. It was the time when her family had come to Earth as well. If you might have guessed, that's not the point here. Anyway, it was a normal day. But the day me and Carver met was a cloudy day. It was just out of English. I was on my way to science. Abby stopped me. Hey, Haley, Abby said. A smile on her face. Hey, Abs, I said. Both of us started walking. Jessica and Josh came over too. I kissed Josh on the lips. We were holding hands. While walking out, we were heading into science. Suddenly, the intercom said, the principal said, Attention, students. School will end early today due to strange weather. So, after that, my friends and I walked out of school. I didn't even look up when it attacked me and Josh. But we were stopped talking. Haley, do your cartwheel, Isabel said. I smiled and did my special cartwheel. Well, I did 3 cartwheels in a row, though. I got done. And said, ta-da! I said, with a smile on my face. Josh looked back at me and said, nervous look. Haley, behind you, he shouted. I looked before I could see. The strange mist was flying towards me, my friends. It was also a hit Josh. We both went down. The darkness went through us. We were laying there in mouth movement. I felt anger and hatred towards Earth. My eyes opened. They were blood red. I laughed and it started a powerful black aura went all through my veins and were black. Haley, are you okay? Abby said, startled, as Josh and I stared at them with blood-red eyes. I snarled at them and stood straight up and easily, really fast. Me and Josh ran so fast as we could. My friends ran after us. But then my body jerked the other way. Me and Josh gave some power from some odd reason by the cloud that was controlling us. But the way me and Josh blew our friends back, as well as we were about to leave, I was jumped by Carver's father, and then Carver put her hand on my chest. I felt my body strange. The darkness was getting extinct from my hurt a little, but anyway, I felt smoke coming out of my eyes and mouth. And my eyes went back from blood red back to hazel. That I knew, anyway. Me and Josh woke up in a strange curse, and I said, "Oh, my head," I said, squinting my eyes. I opened to see Carver and her father and brother. "What happened to me? What are you and who are you?" I asked. "We're Aurorians. We came to save Earth from darkness," Prince Montgomery said. I looked at him with confusion and said, "Aurorian? What is that, and what's the darkness?" Carver looked at me and said, "It's a poor cloud of poor evil that controls you until you die," she said. "We come to need you to save our... Come with us. You'll be safe in our ship. It's a Royan light purifier that will protect you," Carver's brother said. Carver looked at me in the scanner and said, "Father, brother, there's one more darkness in the city of New York. We gotta go now," she said. We all looked at the gunner ship. We left Dixon without telling our parents, but not even packing either. Some clothing, we got to think, would transfer our school credits anyway. I hope my children see this as a remembrance of their parents as they get older. Anyway, this is the log of Haley Lee Colton. I'm the second commander of the Wolf Squad, and this is my log. Gerald Dishon's origin. Aurorian year. August 26, 1289, 9 a.m. Earth, August 26, 1230, 2039, 2 p.m. Chapter 6, A Bitter Betrayal. My name is Gerald, and my brother Dishon and I are starting to write this as a remembrance log for our children. I am married to Jessica, and now let's start from the very beginning of how we all met. Me and my brother were in Afghanistan, looking for a rebels group called the Natal. Dishon was the point with sniper, had a scoop on rebels and their base. We're waiting the leader to show up 2 miles away from the base of our Sergeant Michael Morioto was killing Muscat Mabes. The gun belonged to him, but after killing he had a gun. He put it in my stuff right next to Dishon's. Also then, when Dishon found the leader of the rebels, before he could shoot, 2 soldiers knocked me and my brother out, took us back to the base, and woke up in a helicopter back to the U.S., and we were chained up, and soldiers said to us, "You guys are going to pay for what you did to General Mabes." Me and my brother looked very confused. Then they put us in cells right after the ride back. We were waiting for the cells to be free. The record date. Joan Dishon, we look for the evidence and hereby not found not guilty. The fingerprints on the gun were not murder of Scott Mabes, were not yours, but Michael Marioto's. And the president would like to speak to you. The judge said 2 men uncuffed us and unchained us and were free to go. But the President Williams, needed us, so we headed to the White House. We went to meet him. They stood in the president waiting for us. "Sit down," he said. We both sat down and waited for his words. "Back in Afghanistan, you were about to kill the rebels, correct?" My brother and me nodded. "On the evidence that showed the fingerprints that were not yours, it was Michael Marioto's. I'm going to put him on the killing list for killing the best soldier, Scott Mabes. He was going to be a father of 2 boys. Now you 2 are free. You were honorably discharged. Your bravery and strength. You can come back when you're promoted to Grand Soldier rank 5-star general." We both nodded and walked out the door, the White House, and went to the barracks. The more other things, we walked in the barracks. We didn't know the black cloud was following us. Then it hit us, went through our bodies. We held our heads in pain, knelt down, trying to control our breath. The pain was going through our eyes, were red, went through our head. We didn't know above. Carbo's ship was landing. Her filming rushed towards us. We tried to get the darkness out. But when it was me, I saw the darkness. It went into Carbo's brother Leon. The beginning of the curse. Chapter 7. The Forbidden Spell. My brother was becoming evil. I couldn't move. I was in shock. In horror as the fully darkness took over him. His voice deepened. His skin turned a dark tan. His brown hair began to turn black as night. His eyes open were blood red, replaced his hazel eyes. He smiled and looked at me and laughed magnetically. Then he word here in my I could still hear the words in my head. Cosa isa me kilos esta solo iva se solo. Translation: Gadarura, kill his prisoner, take him away. Turn him to stone and live in the room of his living soul. My brother said in a deep voice, pointing at my father. Brother, no! I started running, but it was too late. Father! The blast killing spell hit my father's body. It fell down. He started right towards him. Sweetheart, don't cry. I'll be in your dreams. I'll give you this royal band. Take it. The powers will protect you. Father, you can't die. You have to rule. Why? I said, tears coming down my eyes. He wiped a tear away from me. He began to turn to stone. Because I don't need it no more. My father said, when you were born, your mother wanted me to give you this. I had the idea of Prince. Find and marry him. Have 2 kids. You can rule Aurora. I'll be in the world where there's peace, I promise you. Promise me you'll kill your brother? He said. I nodded. I will, Father. I said, take care of yourself. And these humans. Then half his body was stone. Father, I will. I said, I will always love you. Then his voice echoed through the mist, and he turned to stone. No! I screamed. Then my brother grabbed behind me, and I tried to get away, but he scratched me in the cheekbone in the mouth. I was bleeding a little. Get away from her, Haley shouted. She pulled my brother away from me and bit her in the neck. Ah! She screamed. Then he kicked her towards the little Smokies. Jessica, Josh, and Abby ran towards her. She was out cold. Josh put her on his back and ran to the hospital. Will you again see you soon, Carberoo? It won't be pleasant, he said, running off. Then me, Gerald, Dishon, and Isabella ran after them. My brother caught up with him and grabbed him by the collar and royal chest plate and threw him back. I started beating him up like a street gang. He lost the battle that day. We waved a cop down. He walked toward us and said, This man murdered my father, I said. Cop took him away in the car and left. We ran to the hospital. We ran to the hospital front door and ran to the desk. Are you here to see Haley? The said. Yeah, I said. Where is she? I said. She's in the room 24, upstairs, second floor, said the secretary. Good, thanks, I said. We ran to the second floor, room 24. We saw Haley, Josh, Abby, and Jessica waiting for us. But Haley, an innocent girl with dark brown hair and closed eyes, with oxygen tubes up her nose, was on the bed out cold. Her heart was steady beats going in the heart monitor EKG. Then Abby saw me and ran and said, Thank God you're here. How horrible can this be? How can you do this, Carter? What do we do? She asked. I don't know, Abby. We'll just have to wait till Haley wakes up, I said. Why wait when I'm awake? Haley said in a hoarse voice. Haley? We all said together. Shh, everyone here is sick, guys, she said. As me and my friends were waiting for the doctor, we looked at the posters themselves on the wall. The animals and plants. I said, So, this is what humans and people look like in the inside. You know, Carbo, Dishon said, even though you have something different than us, but I don't know what you eat. What do you even eat? Dishon said, putting his right hand on my shoulder. Well, we eat saber-tooth tiger, deer, bear, buffalo, mammoth, fruits, vegetables, and everything like that, I said. Wait. You eat prehistoric things you have for Earth since like 45 million years ago? How'd they get on your planet? Jessica asked. Then Dr. Knock at the door came in. He said, Hi, I'm Mr. Hendrick. Nice to meet you. She'll be fine. In 2 days. Just give her a rest a while, okay? Thanks, Doc, I said. After 2 days, Haley got out of the hospital. As we walked out, where my father was killed, my body of my dad was gone, missing. But where he was laying was a white tape. Then the prisoner, past person, tape was wanted poster on the wall with little Smokies. It was a sketch of us. I thought my brother set us up, and I knew it. For the fact he did to get rid of us. He's trying to control everybody on his side of the board. He killed my father, the biggest sin of Losma. I'm not gonna lie down and die. I'm gonna get my revenge on father and restore and ruins of humanity itself. Epilogue. I started a log years ago. I felt like yesterday, how I met my friends and how I went my side the whole time backing me up. Haley and I will never get her how she protecting her right now. She's at Earth protecting from the evildoers. Our children are protecting too, for our next generation of Wolf Squad. Anyway, guys, that was the sixth book of Blood Fusion. So hopefully, you guys will understand the series. So after all, Blood Fusion sixth origin story is how Carbrew and Haley and Dishon and everybody else met in the book series. So yeah. So Gerald and Dishon they were in the army trying to get rid of the rebels, and Haley is a regular schoolgirl. And the rest of her crew, her friends, were in school too. So when Haley and Josh got controlled, they got controlled. Their body was not theirs. They were trapped in their own mind. You know what I mean? Their mental state was really, what's going on? What the hell's going on? But their body was not themselves. So basically, this darkness controls your body, but does not control your mind. You see? So sometimes your mind can play a little bit of games on you. Like in the book series, Quentin is the madman, but the reason why he's doing that is because of the controlling of it's sort of controlling his mind, but some of it's not because he's been in that body state for so long because it's starting to get into his mind. It seeps into there a little bit more. Once it's long, if it's in there for so freaking long, it starts to get into your mind. It's from the body and then it goes into your mind really slowly. So Quentin and Abby were once good, you know. So once they started to get evil, they were starting more and more and more. But in the book series where Carver's mother died, yeah, she had a disease like Haley did in the fourth book. Carver's mother died from the sickness because she caught something. She caught a disease, the Maleficus disease. She died in her father's arms. So let's just say that there's a situation where Carver's mother wanted her father to promise her father that they will take care of us. So yeah, so about 7 or 18 years later, Alert was born, and after that, you know, so yeah, that's gonna be really weird. But yeah, hopefully you guys will understand this series. And next time we'll see you guys all in. So hopefully you guys enjoy the series and wait till books number 7. So love you guys and peace out. Peace. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you'd like more, leave down in the description in the comments what you think about it. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I really appreciate it a ton. And I hope you'll be able to see us all in another brand new episode of both either book or a vlog. So, yeah. Alright. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.